Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenguy.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, they have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSIN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By video title, you know what this video is about. Steelers versus Bengals. This is week 11 matchup. Steelers and Bengals going one-on-one. Last time we played the Bengals, we lost on Thursday night, but this time it will not be nighttime because the Steelers cannot win at night for some reason. 0-3 in primetime games at night. We lost on Sunday Night Football twice. We lost on Thursday Night Football as well. But this time we get an opportunity to play the Bengals in the afternoon, and hopefully we can go out there and handle business and win. You got to defend the land. You got to win games at home. I know our home advantage haven't been really much of an advantage this season, but we still got a winning record. We're 5-4. I know a lot of fans have given up, probably. They already throwing a towel in and saying the season is over, even though it's about 7 games left. There's still a lot of football left to be played. So I think the Steelers can go out there and handle business and get things done and defeat the Bengals and improve to 6-4. We still top of the AFC North. You win this game, you control your own destiny, and you stay atop and float of the AFC North, and you still be in the playoff race right now, and just keep winning. Just keep winning. And really, to do that, really, just play your game. The defense have been playing better the past few games. Ever since they had those big adjustments, they brought in Kyle Duggar, Jalen Ramsey playing more at free safety mostly, and now we're going to have, of course, something Samuel Jr. He probably will be playing this week. I don't know if he's going to play, but I think the way they kind of gearing things up and they show him practicing, he might be playing this week. So you have him on the outside, you have JPG on the other side. I think Corey Trice is still in the IR thing right now, so we'll see what happens with him. But if we can do that right there, that'd be pretty good for us and stuff. And having Jalen Ramsey kind of be playing in the nickel a little bit at times, and then have him playing mostly at safety, of course, at times as well. Because the way the Bengals offense is set up, with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins like that, they have some nice targets out there. Some guys can go up there and put some big numbers on you. You have T. Higgins, who's a physical pass catcher. You throw the ball down the field to him, he can get the ball. He can turn a 50-50 ball into a 60-40 or 70-30 ball. And Jamar Chase, the speed he has, he's the reigning Triple Crown winner from last season. Only 7 people have won Triple Crown like that. Was it I think it was Steve Smith, is Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase. Didn't Steve Largent win it as well? I think Steve Largent, and it's some other people that won it too like that. That's people top of my head I can think of. But yeah, so not too many people won a Triple Crown like that. You'd think the Steelers would have played better defense on a guy who was coming off a season like that, and also a guy who we know is a phenomenal player. But they left him wide open many times. They're kind of playing soft zone coverage. But then we've seen, of course, that happen a few times throughout the season. Like they against the Seahawks when they play against JSN. Against Justin Jefferson as well, and some other games as well where they allowed some of the top pass catchers to go crazy. Past 2 games they played better, I think, defensively, making adjustments and keeping everything hemmed in. Last week the defense did everything they could. The score was 12-3 for a while. It was 15-3 for a while, and all the offense had to do was go out there and get a touchdown. It was right there at the goal line. They didn't get the ball in there, didn't get a touchdown, and that right there was basically kind of like the end of the game right there, really. Because after that, the offense. Then we got opportunity again, of course, to get back in the game and mess some things up. But he had opportunity after opportunity, of course. The defense kept us in the game. I think the defense, you go out there and play the same way they've been playing, keep everything hemmed in, and just play closer. You cannot allow Joe Flacco to drop back and get the ball off. I said the Steelers this year, I think the opposing teams that had the quickest basically play time like that, the edge rushers have been the quickest to get the ball out like that. It's been I think 2.5 seconds a little bit, which is the fastest in the NFL. So basically quarterbacks are dropping back and throwing, and they're not sitting and waiting because you're playing so far off, and that's the lack of your, of course, secondary depth. But now the way you played last week and the week before that, when you're playing more bunched up, you're playing more close up, when you play like that, where you get your opportunity to your pass rush, because you know what Alex Highsmith can do, you know what TJ Watt can do when they get opportunity to get a chance to get in there and make plays. So you need to go out there and kind of stay in that type of front. And I like the way they've been mixing it up the past few weeks too as well, adding Herbig on some of those pass rushing downs. They have Herbig in the middle, and they have Watt on the outside, and they have Alex Highsmith. And we've seen some plays happen where they got some sacks doing that as well. So you need to make sure you play closer. You can't allow them to have that first little chunk yards and stuff, so Joe Flacco can be comfortable. You want him to be uncomfortable. You want to be able to hit him because he's 40 years old like that. I can't tell. I don't know any 40-year-old who want to get hit in the back by a 260-pounder like that. So make sure you hit him. You hit him hard, of course, as well like that, and you start making when they start seeing ghosts. Because football is all about psychological stuff. It's all about psychological. It's all about on the mental and stuff, because you want to make sure your opponent start to see things that's not there like that. When you start bringing pressure in, what Daniel Jones do when we play against him, he got strip sacked and he started seeing things that wasn't there. He turned the ball over 5 times in that game for the Steelers. And we seen Carson Wentz, we played against him, the Vikings. He turned the ball over a few times as well and got sacked 7 times. Eventually, they started making mistakes. So you want to be able to get pressure in. You don't want to be comfortable. You want to stay in there and make his life bad like that behind the line of scrimmage, of course. And the Steelers can do that by just playing closer. All I got to do is play closer. Keep Jalen Ramsey in the action. Just play closer. Do not give them all that cushion of all that space. You should be off either 5 yards. You can be 5 yards off or closer. Don't be like 8 to 10 yards off like you usually do, playing that soft zone coverage and hoping that you can run up and make a tackle, because it's not really going to happen too often, especially when you're playing against Jamar Chases and T. Higgins. That's the main thing. Stopping the run too is another thing as well, because if the Bengals can't run the ball and become one-dimensional, that's a plus for you, because you're able to get to their quarterback, of course, like that. And we've been doing a good job at stopping the run. We stopped Jonathan Taylor. Vital last week played pretty well like that. He did a good job last week, I think, overall. It took him a lot to get there. Of course, the defense doing the best they could, but the offense was just tiring the defense out by not getting any first downs. Like we had like 1 first down, I think, 1 or 2 first downs the whole game. They couldn't get any first downs. They couldn't get any points as well. They scored a touchdown at the end of the game, but the game was already over. But I think overall, if the team can go out there and just, handle business, stop the run, get pressure in, they'll be pretty good like that. I think it'll be a pretty good successful for the defense. That's really the main thing the defense got to do. Play the way you've been playing, just play closer up and stop the run like that. And make them one-dimensional. You can get your pass rush out there to tee off on them. Offense, you have to utilize the middle of the field. You got to get the ball to DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf should be sitting at least 700 yards right now receiving. He should be, I know right now he's 15th in receiving yards. He should be up there as at least number 7 or 8. Like that right now, because it's so many opportunities we could have given him the ball. Like last week, missed so many plays. Of course, giving DK Metcalf the ball, he was open, of course, as well. Missed throws, underthrown throws, and overthrown throws and stuff as well. And DK Metcalf could have had some big yardage, of course. Yeah, give him the ball. I thought the best way to do it is the way Seahawks used to do it last year. Utilize the middle of the field. For some reason, Arthur Smith playbooks does not utilize the middle of the field at all. Everything is outside the numbers. Everything is quick out routes, and everything is go balls, and everything is like comebacks and curls. We need to be utilized out inside the numbers like that. You need to find a way to get people the ball in motion. DK Metcalf, give him the ball in motion, let him go on move, of course, as well. He's a big target, and he made most of his money from catching the ball, of course, and getting yards after the catch. And that's his main thing he made his money from. So if you can do that, you'll be good. You have success. I think that's the one way to get the ball to DK Metcalf. And hopefully MVS is activated to take pressure off of DK Metcalf and to get somebody who's solid enough. I'm not saying MVS is some great, superb receiver, but he's definitely solid enough. His last season playing, he had like 480 yards, around 500 yards, something like that playing, which is solid enough to take some pressure off the number 1 guy. So you can do that. Calvin Austin actually catch the ball, of course, as well. And you find ways to utilize him as well, his speed and stuff, and keep him in the slot. I thought he has his best success from the slot. Have him in the slot. Of course, Pat Fryermuth, Donald Smith that can rotate in and out in the slot and utilize that. And then try to establish the run. Because last time we played the Bengals, Jaylen Warren had 130 rushing yards like that. I thought he could have had more if the Steelers stayed with it. They kind of didn't stay with it throughout the whole entire game. We got a little pass happy. Just stay with it. If the run is working, establish the run and keep running that ball. I don't care if he gets 35 carries for like 180 yards. You keep running the ball over and over. Use him and Caleb Johnson. You can utilize him as well too, because he has, he's a rookie. He's fresh legs and stuff. The guys drafted him in the 3rd round, and you barely let him get any touches. I think he had about 30 or less touches so far in his career. Right now, in the first 11 weeks, haven't been utilized a lot at all. Utilize him and stop throwing the ball to Kenneth Gainwell on 3rd and long. And throwing the ball behind the sticks and force feeding him the ball. Kenneth Gainwell is all right, but act like he's Saquon Barkley or something like that. I'm giving him all these touches and stuff. You need to let Jaylen Warren, the high hand, stay out there. Let, of course, Caleb Johnson, the rookie with fresh legs, stay out there. And Kenneth Gainwell can be utilized in some passing down situations if you want to do that. But utilize Jaylen Warren. He should get at least by 80% of the touches, and then you can split the others with Caleb Johnson and Kenneth Gainwell and stuff. So we'll see what happens. But that's all you got to do. Really simple. And Aaron Rodgers, I only going to play that bad again. He played bad against the Chargers. He looked old against the Chargers. He was playing bad. I think he got hit by Bud Dupree, which was kind of helmet to helmet, but they didn't call it though, of course. I think I got hit by that. He was not the same the rest of the game. He was missing throws. He was scared to step up and stuff as well. I think he looked fragile. So hopefully this game right here, since it's in daytime, when we pass his bedtime, it'll be in daytime, so he can go out there and play some good football, turnover-free football as well, and go out there and handle business. Usually Steelers do always bounce back. After a bad loss, they always seem to bounce back and have a nice win. So they should find a way to win the game. Don't turn this game into a shootout. I do not want to see a shootout. I do not want to see a 40-38 game. I don't like the shootout games. I know some people like them because the high scoring. I don't like that. I want to see the game be condensed where Steelers win 27-13 or something, 23-13. There's something where it's comfortable. Where you keep the team under 20 and you score over 20. And everything hemmed in, you run the ball, the game maybe a little slow, but you get success and you win the game comfortably. I like those type of games, old school football type. So we'll see what happens. But that's all I have to say video. Hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.